Alright, for the ones that are watching or the ones that are going to watch the stream, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. I know it is Tuesday and people are still waking up from the weekend. Some people may have, had a great weekend, but kind of hungover from the greatness of, socializing with a lot of people. It is one of those things, when you have fun on the weekend, getting out, getting those twinks, from school or from whatever that you are doing, even from work and that. It's always good to actually have something positive instead of always something negative. School or work, both the same. You both have to work hard. One, you work with your brain. The other one, you kind of work with something else. It's almost like anything. Actually, it kind of reminds me of one time when I was brush cutting. I was a brush cutter. And if you don't know what a brush cutter is, it's a person that brush cuts trees down that are less than 6 inches wide. If they're more than 6 inches, we leave those trees alone. But yeah, so I was brush cutting and all that stuff, thinning out trees, and that's what we do. We didn't clear cut trees out, we just thinned them out. And what I mean by thinning them is by thinning them to give a proper distance between one tree to the other. It's for the animals like deer and moose that have wider, those hoofs that they have, wider hoofs on their heads, so that they can get by in that. But sometimes animals like that big usually go forward and all that stuff, but animals that are smaller, especially when it comes to wolves or rabbits or certain other animals that are small, like those trees to be closer because it's like a hidden place for them, to hide from other animals or anything like that, so that the animals can be safeguarded. But we don't do that. And the other thing is as well is that with one tree and another tree, if they're too close, they are fighting for the sky. When they fight for the sky, what I mean by that is that they fight for the sun. So they try to outgrow each other. And what happens usually by that is that the tree doesn't grow outwards. It grows upwards, but not outwards. So the tree will be skinnier and not wider. And that's what a lot of trees need to be for healthy trees, is to be wider. And without those wide trees, you won't be able to get like your wood, like your normal wood, firewood, and all that stuff that you need, like a brush cutter, not a brush cutter, but as if you have a cabin in the bush or wherever you are, you have a cabin. If you knock down trees, if the trees are not thick enough, they probably won't last very long, and that's why you need to really do something about that. It's not the greatest, but it isn't the best. It is okay. So when I was younger, there was two things that it is. There's piecework, and hourly work, meaning that people that do stuff hourly, and there are doing piecework is probably the most toughest job that any of you would ever do, especially if you're a Generation Z, because of one thing: you have to work. hard. You can't sit down on a tablet and just, do nothing. You have to do something in your life. Most people that do, especially if you like the trees and all that stuff, you want that, You want trees around, and you want them to be spaced out properly so that they don't have any problems. Now, the reason some trees, when they grow bigger, so say if your tree planted not a year ago, but say if your tree planted like 10 years ago or even 15 years ago, those trees that you planted would be pretty high right now. They'd be about 7, maybe 8 feet in the air, and still growing. So those trees that you planted 10 to 15 years ago will start to sprout. But sometimes if you plant, some people will plant trees, or they throw the trees into somewhere and say, yep, it's all done and all that stuff, and just to get rid of them. But there's like, I don't know, it's just, you get a lot of these people that are tree planting, but they get lazier as they go. Because you have to plant over 1,200 trees. If you plant over 1,200 trees in a day, you're making your money's worth right there. And if you plant 600, I think it's like 600 or 800 trees a day, you're doing okay, but you're not making really much money. You're just staying there just to live in the camp. And most people don't like, or most bosses do not like that. They like you to do your full potential. If you could get up to like for me, when I was tree planting, I think I did like 690 trees that I planted during the day. But the worst part is a lot of bending. If you're not used to bending over, especially if you're tall and you have a hard time just doing certain things. Like I like to tree plant, I like to brush cut, like to do those things. But as you age, you tend to not do so much because you could get easily your back could be hurting, or your whatever could be hurting in the day. You have to take pills or something, which you don't want to do pill popping. Pill popping is not the really good way of doing things. And people do it every day. They would take an Advil, or no, aspirin, or a Tylenol, and then they'd be good for the day. And so, it is something to look at, like with hard work and that. But a lot of times people are struggling out there right now, looking for tree planters, looking for brush cutters, because all the younger generation that are mostly Generation Z right now, all those young people are not helping out with a lot of stuff out there. They rather stay in, play video games like I'm doing right now. It's alright. If you have a health issue like I do, this is probably the best way for you to make a living if you have a health issue. But if you are healthy and everything else like that, I can't see why not go out there and do tree planting or brush cutting or anything like that if you're in North America. There are also like forest fighting. Like when you do the forest, and they have forest fires or something like that, especially down in BC area or in California area. Those places with the fires and all that stuff that are happening in that part of the region are the ones that you have to really be concerned about, because without those trees and that, it wouldn't be so good. Even here in Ontario, where I live, we have plenty of forest around, especially in northwestern Ontario. There's quite a bit of forest around. It's not as much as BC, but still, it's probably almost 3/4 as much as BC, closely about 3/4 for BC. So I say about 60%, 62, 63%. Um, Ontario does have. Same with Quebec. Quebec has pretty good wildlife as well. The only places that don't have is Alberta, Saskatchewan, well, central to southern Alberta does not have forest or anything, but north they do, the northern part of the province. Saskatchewan is the same thing, it's their northern, and Manitoba is mostly their eastern side of the province, closer to, or the, what is it, the eastern side of Winnipeg, if you can kind of look at it. So there are quite a bit of places out there that don't have trees, and there are quite a places that do have trees. And you look at all of most of western United States, except for some places they don't have because it's all desert, right? So most of their forests and all that stuff are in different regions, but not enough that are, it's almost bare, you know, and that wouldn't be good for a lot of stuff. You can see the heat, and that will be pretty hot. And people put a lot of trees and a lot of other stuff, because when you add in trees and all that stuff, it makes the place have like a cooler environment instead of a hot environment. And that's what a lot of people in certain places are doing. They're putting trees down because if they do, it will make the environment a little bit cooler instead of hotter. And that's morally understandable, you know. It's really morally understandable. But here's the thing, though. This is what I have to say, is that there are real green things and there are fake green things. And fake green things are people that are, it's man-made. So what's going to happen in the near future is that every home will have solar panels on them. Every home. But here's the thing, though. A person's power grid could say, oh, this and that, and then it's like, how can I do that? How can I get more? The first thing they will say is that your tree's got to go. And when that tree is gone, and then what? And I say that's what is called fake green. Fake green you don't want. You want real green and everything else. Meaning, what I mean by green is that if they want to have a greener air, greener life, and all that stuff, then they shouldn't put in any of the solar panels. Not unless, okay, if it's in certain areas where they can have solar panels on top of the homes. Some homes can get solar panels, but others won't. Reason is because of the trees. And if they cut down the trees on every of those places to get those solar panels up, what does that makes it? It makes the place not looking green at all. It's making it actually hotter than it should be. And people in the air that are flying over these homes are seeing so much solar panels on top that the glare can easily blind a pilot if people are looking at that way. There's probably no proof of it, but I'm pretty sure they would be because of all the homes. If you have all the homes, every home in the cities or something like that have solar panels and that, and the first thing, those solar panels are pointed in the sky, right? When they are pointed in the sky and the plane goes above, those solar panels can bounce off UV rays up to them, or the sunlight up to them when they're low enough, and then they would get blinded from the sun, and they have to come in a different way so that they be able to not get blinded from the solar panels. So that's what you call fake green, because you're not producing any green. You're making more pollution than anything else. If you think about it, where's these battery things that come from? They come from the flora on the sea. The second one will come in the planet, and a lot of that is in a lot of places, and that, and yet they say you have to spill more pollution to make a better life. And I don't know. It just kind of sucks in a way, you know? It really does. And I wish that I can say anything good about the green stuff, like the solar panels and that. But if they're going to get rid of, like, if they're going to get rid of, like, what is it? If they're going to get rid of the trees and all that stuff, it's not going to make the place or the planet any greener. It's just going to make it more difficult for a lot of things, especially for kids that need shade. If the planet is getting warmer and all that stuff, and you're cutting down all these trees, of course the planet's going to go warm. There's no ins and outs, because you're putting down solar panels that reflect the heat. When they reflect the heat and the power goes like that, and then it's like, oh, it's so good and all that stuff. But luckily for us Canadians, we don't have like a long period of sunlight here. Except for like the southern part, like in Windsor, Ontario, they probably have more, about the same light as here, but you know, they probably have a little bit better, you know, like it might be a little bit better light. In BC area, well, you look at the whole city, expensive to live in. Like it's so expensive that they're going to be the province that only the rich can live, you know? Hey Sam, how you doing? I hope your day has been pretty good. I hope your day has been fine. Before I start, I want to do my intro, and then I will start this game. For the ones that are watching or the ones that are going to watch the stream, thank you for joining. If you like this stream, please leave a like and subscribe. If you don't want to do any of that, that is fine. You want to check out my other streams, you sure can. But if you like what you see, please put a like down and subscribe. Alright, as you can see, I am playing Spellforce Reforced. Hopefully you guys will like this stream, because I am going to have a tough time in this one. Here we go. Third or fourth chance I got, which really sucks. Okay.
Though
Boom.
some cartographers may claim otherwise, the maps of Io are still far from complete. The Black Sea in particular has always invited explorers and adventurers to fantasize. Situated north of Fiara, many ships have fallen
Okay. Okay, where am I?
Prepare yourselves.
Child's play.
Okay, I need to go back here. Oh shit.
Pathetic.
Building completed.
Okay, I need to upgrade, which I can't right now.
Our workers are under attack.
Yes. This is really tough for me, because I have to beat the crap out of them.
Our workers are under attack.
Where? Oh, right there.
Our
Okay.
workers are under attack.
Okay, let's get to... So over here. Where the hell are you? Need to get up here? I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, for the ones that are watching, I hope you enjoyed this stream. I know I will be.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Ah, crap, man.
Focus, Ariel. Focus.
There, take that.
Here we go.
I'm trying to get to that one question mark down there. Or up there.
Easy.
Building completed.
I understand.
That's it. That's it, folks. Oh shit. I hit the wrong button.
I'm injured.
Oh shit. There
I'm
we
injured.
go.
Fine.
Get ready. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, I need to get to... Come on. Over here? See if I can get up there. Actually, they're building their forces, so I want to go down here. Take them out before they go. Oh, I don't like this. Don't like this. Don't, never did. Never did. Don't care. Nope. Scout post. Okay, let's go right here. Build a tree. Right here. Only 9. Crap.
Saraka.
Okay, what we want is you over here. Shit. Get down.
We're under attack.
You asked for this. I'm injured.
Okay.
I'm injured.
Come on.
They got one of our heroes.
Shit, I got no choice right here.
They will fall.
Blazes, get up, will you?
Our workers are under attack.
It's okay. Yeah.
Damn it! I need healing.
Blazes, get up, will you?
Our workers are under attack.
Damn it! I need healing. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Our workers.
Sarah's doing. The barrier is gone. To arms, everyone!
Don't worry, I'm good.
Child's play.
This is long if I take them on, I should be fine.
Our workers are under attack.
I'm not too worried about it, right?
All right. Here goes nothing.
They got one of our heroes.
Fuck. Okay, I need to...
Here I need help over here.
Our workers are under attack. Our workers are under attack. Our workers are under attack.
Where the hell is everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Fuck.
Our workers are under attack. Our workers are under attack. Damn it. We lost a second.
I got no other choice right now. I just don't have.
We're under attack.
It will be bloody. Whatever's necessary.
Okay.
Yes?
I'm injured.
Fuck. Okay.
They got one of our heroes.
God damn it.
Our capital is under attack.
I got no freaking other choice. This is really tough for me and I can't even figure out anything.
I need healing.
They got one of our heroes.
Blazes, get up, will you?
Get her up.
Pathetic.
Is there anything you need?
Leave it to me.
Just give the word.
Where the hell is this?
Get ready.
Our workers are under attack.
Come on. What? Can anybody?
Our workers are under attack.
Yeah. I can't.
I understand.
Pathetic.
Our workers are under attack.
Holy cow, I don't know what.
Yes.
Our workers are under attack.
Where are you?
I need help over here.
They got
Fuck.
one of our heroes.
Come on. Can't believe it.
Prepare yourselves.
Our workers are under attack.
Alright, now I got.
I'm injured.
Our workers are under attack. Our workers are under attack.
Hopefully I can get her before. Nope.
Our workers are under attack. Our workers are under attack.
They
Son
won't
of a
stand a
bitch, I
chance.
can't.
We're under attack.
Okay, I need that. I can't do anything here.
Our workers are under attack.
Fuck.
What do we need? I'll make it quick.
Good news. We finished researching a new technology.
I don't know where my fourth guy is. Shit.
Yes.
Our workers are under attack.
Okay, where?
Our workers are under attack.
Okay, where's...
Sure. All right. Here goes nothing.
Okay, that's good.
Our workers are under attack.
Oh,
Will do.
shit.
Good news. We finished researching a new technology.
Where the hell is my... this really does suck. I don't know where my... one... Oh, you fucker, they're right in.
We're under attack.
I can't do anything about it.
Our workers are under attack. Our workers are under attack.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Our workers are under attack.
Child's play.
Our capital is under attack.
Oh, crap.
Our workers are under attack.
I understand.
Our
Okay,
capital
I
is under
see.
attack.
Yeah. There's nothing else I can do.
Our workers are under attack.
Leave it to me.
Oh, there we go. No, I'm good. Okay, what
Our workers are under attack.
I can't even build anything. Eight. There.
Our workers are under attack.
Fine.
Okay. Hopefully that will do.
Our capital is under attack.
It will be bloody.
Just as long as I can control all of them,
Our
I'll be
workers are
fine.
under attack.
You'll regret this.
Okay, good. No. Did they get... Yep, they're good. Okay.
That way?
Okay, I need... this one to be up. I'm gonna do this, cutting
Good
wood.
news. We finished researching a new technology.
Good, good, good. No, I just need food. Food. No. So did I get that? Gotta wait.
Building completed.
Okay. Good, good, good. So now I get more wood.
Building completed.
There. I need stone. I need to get stoned, man. Alright. Frig, that's hard, man. That was super duper hard. Can I build an iron mine? I need 6. I need
Let's make this quick.
stone.
Our cow grows stronger.
Yeah, where the frig is stone? Right there. Okay. Stone right here. Okay. Alright, now, you guys. I need you guys.
We're under attack.
They will fall.
We're under attack.
Where? Oh, hang on.
Necessary.
There we go. Gotta get them. Alright, let's see. Now, pause. Save. Yes. It's always good to save in this game if you ever want to play. Keep on saving. It's better to keep on saving because if you are very close on winning this fight, you definitely want to do something like that. So, yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Today was not a bad day to be anything. And it is such a good day today compared to it was like a year ago. A year ago was special, you know, when you have special days, you like those special days, but sometimes it's just a little bit hard to find. Sorry about this. I'm actually drinking some water. But I am back. So, for the ones that are watching this, and I hope you are liking this stream, but I want to go between, you know, fake green and real green. Now, real green is something that we all are under, and with the amount of population growth that is extending quite rapidly and quite fast, that a lot of times people cannot do a lot of things, and one of is population. And population is a growth that is starting to boom too quickly, too fast. And when you see that expanding, your country or your city or your town or wherever you live, that expanding can't keep up the demand because there's not enough places for them to stay or to live or anything like that. The only thing that anybody can do is build skyrise buildings. But the only thing is that the skyrise, if you look at it, are not big enough. You know what I mean? Like they could go high, but it's not wide. if it was wider or something like that, it would be okay. But with the population that is going, like if you look at if you say you look at the Twin Towers when they were still up, they were high up, but they weren't wide enough. And I think if they were wide enough, they wouldn't be going down like a domino effect. Now, with these sky rises that are happening all over the place, is it going to be better? Probably not. I think if they made it like a few blocks, like a lot of places are going to be seeing towers that are being built up, but they're not expanding outwards. They're expanding just upwards. Where you have when you spread like the width of the building, like if it's like 3 blocks is wide, and then about maybe 40 floors up, maybe 40, 30, 30, between 30 and 40 floors up high, and then it's really wide too. I think it would actually work out for a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like they don't need to go like higher in the sky, not unless if you're gonna make it wider. Because making it wider and higher will probably make the building more stable in a way. Not too stable, but more stable enough than a skinnier building would. Um, like that's not even a block, like about a block wide. And what you have to look at is about maybe 5 blocks wide, 8 blocks wide, something like that, around that wide, and then go high up. Once you get that certain point of highness, and then you know you can put people inside, you can put other stuff as well, like a grocery store inside. You could build a theater inside, some other stuff, a playground or whatever that's inside. And I think a lot of things that a lot of people want is somewhere where they could be safe. They could do what be literally having a place to stay, especially if you're low income or anything like that. If you're low income, I think that's a priority because you want them to not be on the streets. You want them to be in a place where they are safe because when they're in the streets, and honestly, this is what will happen in the future and to this country. I don't think other countries, but in this country, as the population starts growing and more people start going on disability because of PTSD, um, bipolar, um, Crohn's disease or colitis, like what I have, heart problems or diabetes or whatever that you have, and everything like that, and you can't afford to. You tried to do your work, but your heart and everything else does not want you to do that. Because once you start doing certain things and more stress and all that stuff happens, you tend to have a problem, and it is bad for your health. So people are stuck on disability. If you're on disability and like low income disability, and not, it tends to be a little bit more problematic. Like you can't blame people that have these issues, saying, "Oh, they have mental illness, they should be thrown into jail and all that stuff." All people do not have that. Some of them have mental, not mental issues, but some of them have whatever it is that bothers them. Like for me, if I want to go out and see things or do things, I want to make sure that I am fit to actually do something, better. I wish that I can like go out there and start working, like I'm a labor person. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know very much about anything else. I know how to entertain a bit, but entertaining only can do a certain amount. Like, I wish that I could do like 8 hours a day, not eight, but at least 5 to 6 hours a day every week, every day of the week, except for like the weekend or certain days that I want off or something like that, just to recoup or to do something. You know, you get other ones that have CF. CF people with breathing problems and all that stuff, and they can't work very hard either. They're doing the best that they can, but they're also like YouTubers or Twitch streamers or whatever, you know, just stuff that they have. But the problem is with everything that's happening right now is that too many people out there look at things in a negative way, especially police officers in the media and everything else, saying mental illness, people with mental illness should be thrown in jail and everything else like that. That's with people that even people with learning disabilities. You got to have a divided line with people with disabilities and people with mental illness. Like if they went into, say, like the war in Afghan, or they're going to go to war against Russia or whatever it is, people are going to have, or against the United States or Canada, whatever it is. Um, if you guys see certain things like PTSD, these people, you know, your mind starts to go, and after when your mind starts to go, definitely those people need to be really watched, because you don't know what their situation is up here. You do not know. And some of these people are just, what you call it, it's the transitioning, you know, the transitioning from violent violent stuff to like protecting your comrade beside you and all that stuff, and you see too much of red out there or something, that your whole mind, your whole mindset is totally, you know, corrupted in a way, and there's nothing that people can do. um you see a lot of people that are police officers, EM, police officers, um, what are those things? Paramedics, um, doctors, nurses, military people. You have people that were under stress all the time, and they're coming in with so much others. Up here in Canada, what I see here in Canada is that the nurses and doctors are getting worn right out because they never had this problem before, in their lives, you know. And the government up here is slowly shrinking our nurses and doctors to go somewhere else, while we have everything here for them. It's almost like there's a limit of how many people can be with the government, and there's how many people that are private, and everything else like that. And it just makes no sense of anything. And if they're saying here with people that are, say they're having surgery or cancer treatment or whatever, they they put them in a foster home, not a foster home, but what is it? A seniors um, senior care, whatever it is. They're forcing them into there so that they can get whatever, and that's just not good. They all they need is a bed to stay in, but with the beds that are, what you call it, there's just not enough beds here, and this is the problem, because you do not have enough hospitals that can go with the population of that town or that city. So, say if you have a city of like maybe 20,000, okay, about 20,000, but the maximum of beds that you have in that hospital is roughly maybe closely to 600. Okay. Out of that 600, the patients that are getting treatment or have COVID or something like that, with the COVID crisis that we had in the past and all that stuff, is numerously taking over those beds because so many people are getting sick. And people that need treatment or surgery and recovery and all that stuff, they're forcing these people to stay in these senior places to recover. And it's not really fair for that patient. It's not really fair because if anybody gets sick, those senior places are the places that are a doomsday. Those are the places that they will definitely get more sicker in the future and may or may not do whatever. And that's what's happening here because there's just not enough beds in the hospitals because the hospitals cannot take much other things. So I just want to make clear that here might be a good place to be, but it's definitely not the greatest place to be in right now. Not at this time because not enough beds for hospitals, not enough places to live in Canada, and the amount of people here in Canada that are looking for low-income housing or anything like that are having a hard time because the first thing that will happen are the people that are immigrants are taking these places that are meant for people that are low-income housing. They're taking all that low-income housing and putting the immigrants into those low-income housing because the people out there that have families or whatever or are having a hard time finding these places. Even single people are having a hard time because a lot of people are starting to downsize up here because of the cost of living. And because with the cost of living going up, it just tends to be a little bit difficult to actually keep the cost low. It's just everything is the amount of people coming here, the amount of low income people trying to look for a place to stay, and yet these places, and the first thing that would be cities, big cities like Toronto, Hamilton, Oakville, Vancouver, Winnipeg, Calgary, Edmonton, Quebec City, Moncton, Montreal, Thomas, Thunder Bay, Sudbury, Ottawa, places like those places will be the first ones to be full. What's going to happen is that once everything is full, where else would the person live? And because people that have higher, like a lot of cash, are going to get those places that are going to be built up. So if you spit out cash and say, oh, I need a place, I'm going to spill out cash so that nobody will touch this place that I'm going to live in. And yet people that are low are basically, kicked out in the streets and everything else. And I'm worried about that. I'm so worried that I will be kicked out on the streets and I won't be able to stream with you guys or be able to show anything. And that's the thing, like you don't want to have people suffer out in the streets. Yes, there are certain mental patients that are out there, mental people that are out there and everything else like that, begging for money and that. You can't do anything about that. You cannot do anything about it. They could go back, beg, then go back to their place, but they always like to beg out there to beg for whatever it is that they want. Some of them beg for cash for booze, drugs, maybe clothing or something, to have a better clothing. underwear is the biggest thing for a lot of homeless people. Underwear is the biggest thing for any of them. So they would go in, but underwear costs so much to buy that where else are they going to buy underwear? Like stuff like that needs to be brought brought up. Like not enough people are out there doing certain things. They're only doing a little bit, especially the rich people. What are the rich people doing? One thing is that the rich people are not really doing anything for the people. They're doing it for themselves, and that's the problem with this, with everything that's happening. You look at the people that have the people that have that are really rich. Like you look at um, Elon. I just mentioned the name Eli Musk. Okay, one of the richest people in the world. You got Bill Gates as well, another one, and they go and do everything else and they help out with it. But here's the thing that I want to really see is these rich people build something like a apartment complex for people that need low income housing to help out bring in, or at least put money into their disability packages or something like that, like $1,000 for each person. There'd be a cap on how much the person can put in into their banks throughout the year. So say throughout the year this person gets, well, there's 12 months in a year, so 12,000 for that person, 12,000 for the other person, or make it 1250 for the thing. So you know what I mean? Like you do like a thousand or 1,500, and then people that are in low income can afford food, can afford apartments or places to live in, afford to get clothing. Clothing is one thing as well, like food, shelter, clothing are the biggest things, including cable if they watch TV or something, because everything here is slowly in what I'm seeing right now is that here in Canada, we're being pulled into a second world country. We, as of now, we are being pulled as a second world country instead of first world country. And the reason why that is because we do not have enough room to do a lot of things. Hospitals are the one thing. Room and board is the other one. Like with with low income people like myself, low income places are the biggest thing in this whole in in all of Canada that needs to be dealt. Like you want the whole people everywhere in Canada to be with a shelter, with a roof over the top, that had clean clothes, and as well food. Food is going up for a lot of people, like vegetables, meats, and some other things are going sky high, are going high up in that. What is the saddest part is that what can you do to make sure that you are properly prepared? What can you do to make sure that everything will turn out the best that you can? There isn't anything that you can do or anything you could do. It's just something that you need to look at in a greater way. If you can do some things different, what would you do? If you were rich, say if you're like $100 million rich or something, okay, or whatever, and you're pretty rich and you see people and everything else, instead say, hey, I wouldn't mind helping out these people in my town. If I could talk, I will give $1,000. No, I would give, depending on how much money or how much people there are that are in disability or low income or something like that. I give them $12,000 a year for one person. $12,000. $12,000 is good for $1,000 per year, so uh, um, they're getting over the amount of money. So 12,000, that equals out to about $2,000 per month. Over $2,000 per month, which makes more sense because apartments and all that stuff are reaching to the 850 mark in certain places. That's the lowest that I see right now, about $700 to $800 for everything included. That's hydroelectric and water. All of that into um, something that is bigger and everything else like that. So I look at it this way. Let's make it so that people that are very rich, that are, say, like making over $200 million a year, and if I was, say, like Prime Minister or something like that, that's the first thing I would do. I'd put a law down and make it so that the rich people, like the really rich, not taxing them, but give them something else instead. They'd be able to help out with the economy if they did one thing, is put in their money for something for a lot of people in this country needs, especially anywhere that you are. If you have a really rich, if you know of people that are making billions and billions of dollars, whatever, those are the people you do not want to tax. If you tax them, then it's just like everything else will increase. What you want is decrease the tax to the people that are, say, like anybody that's making $200 million a year, like over $200 million a year or something like that. People that are making under that should pay tax. Don't guarantee they should be paying tax. The ones that are over that should not pay taxes. And the reason why the rich and the poor could actually help each other out a little bit. In a way, the rich can help out putting money on the side to build up apartments and all that, or to help out people that are low income or in disability or something like that. Put in $1,000 or $12,000 into their account, not into their account right away, but $1,000 each month into their account, and then they got over a certain amount of money. Would it make the low income people rich? Not really. They would still be poor. They would still be poor, but they can live a little bit better life. You can't say, oh, this and that or that and this. You have to look at it in a way that you want to look at it, and that way you can say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to make sure that everything is okay. And the other one that I like to see as well is I like to see people start to donate a little bit of their money for food for certain people. Like if I was really rich in a way, if I had certain amount of money, I don't think, like, say if I had like $1 billion or something like that, I would I would definitely put myself into something different where I'm putting out $12,000 for a certain amount of people, because you can't do it. One person cannot do it by themselves to pay everybody off in either in the United States or in Canada. You have to have a group of people to help out, like these people, a group of them to help out with that. Only one person can't, like one person cannot do it. And right now, what I see is there's a okay, here's the big thing right here, which is your money thing right there that I just draw right here. Okay? That is the rich. This is what a mid class would be right here. And then you get the low income, which is right here. And then you get this barely surviving, which is right here. And with all those things, people that are struggling on the bottom need to be raised up. They won't be like it's very much, but still, it'd be enough to actually to have food in their cupboards, in their fridge. They as well have clothing for themselves, and that if you make it affordable, you know. Like if you have clothing or something, like donating clothing to people that do need it, instead of giving it to like a place where people have to buy it, maybe get a clothing line and have people come in to pick up clothing for free instead of clothing that's what you call it. But clothing is one thing, but undergarments like underwear, bras, whatever else that people need are the bigger officials or bigger things that everybody needs. Because you cannot, people cannot grow, a society cannot grow without the help of others, especially the rich. The rich can help out a lot. They could do a lot of stuff because they're doing a lot of help with the medical and everything else. Yes, they are doing that correctly. But it doesn't make them any good. It just makes them do that. It doesn't really help out if the rich does that. I like to see taxes reduct for the ones that are billionaires. The ones that are billionaires should not be taxed at all. That's why I said the 200 million mark should be the only thing right there. If you're under 200 million, you're taxed, and there's a bigger thing right there that people do. So people that are under that 200 million will be taxed no matter what because they are the most people that are. There are just a little bit of people that are over that $200 million mark right there. Not a lot, but if you can put, like, if one country has like 10, maybe 10 or 15, like 10 and 5 more, 15 that are billionaires. Those are the people that can actually help out with Canada-wide problem of housing, um, in disabilities and all that stuff to help not but stabilize the growth of the economy and everything else. And that's the one thing that I don't like is the growth of the economy. If we are growing too fast, not enough people are going to um, have shelter. They're all going to live outside. It's going to be a nuisance between the police and the people that are living in tents that are close to town or that are living in town, and that where they feel safe, sort of, you know. That's what a lot of people do. They want to be in town because they feel safe, not in the way that, like, I mean, safe as in safe from animals like bears, cougars, bobcats, lions, sort of. Sort of. I'm not saying the whole thing, but there are if you live in a place where there's lions or tigers or anything like that, and if a person was sleeping outside, definitely that person will be food for that animal, in which I really don't like to see that, but it does happen. So, you know, everything turns out well for a person, but they do not turn out good for a lot. And that's where I like to see certain things happen. To me, anyways, I like to see some things happen, but I also don't like to see things that don't happen. And that's what I'm trying to get at. So, anyways, I should go back onto this game because for me, not talking about it is making this a little bit more different. And thank you for joining in to this stream. I am still going to continue with this stream, but if you understand what I'm saying about this whole situation, I think everybody in the world will be, it won't be perfect, but it'll be like almost stable, almost stable for everybody to make things a little bit easier, but as well not significant. Because a person that is low income, like if you have a problem with your heart or a problem with anything else, or what I have, IBD or Crohn's and colitis, whatever it is that you have, it, the extra little bit of money will actually help out a lot of people out there, and that's the thing. And for me, streaming right now to you, I don't ask for that because, well, one thing is that being on disability, you have to watch out what you get from everybody, and you have to put it in and everything else. It's just a whole thing that it's all another day, another time that I would probably say what the reason is. But right now, that's one of the reasons why I don't ask, because of this whole thing with the government. Everything is so far behind. They don't know. They only know one thing: is hourly. They don't know anything about what I'm doing or anything like that, because they're stuck on the old times instead of what's happening now, today, right now, at this day. Most countries are like that. I'm not saying just my own country, but all countries are like that because people's learning curve is slow. We are not the fastest. It does take time to do a lot of stuff in front, if you know what I mean. Like when you're doing stuff and everything else like that, and you keep doing the same process, people only can survive check per check, or that's month by month, or they do it by bi-weekly, and they're still struggling to keep with the bills, the everything else. And even if you have children, that's even hard on yourself too, because a child or two, even knowing that you're getting child alliance or child alliance, whatever, you're still going to get, stuff that is different. You won't be able to afford a lot of stuff for your own self. So that's why I'm thinking with the amount of rich people, if there's like 15 for the population of Canada, if there was like 15 people in the amount of Canada, 15 people can support Canada if they're making over $200 million. If they're like in the billions or upper, like half a billion or three-quarters of a billion, those are the people you want to stabilize the economy. The economy needs to be stabilized with everything from the low to the high. definitely these people that are low income are doing their taxes, are doing a lot of other stuff, and then at the end they get money back, which is fine with that. The only thing is that I wish it was all the months, like 12, 12 months, 12 months, and this year like $1,000 for all of the months. That equals out to 12,000 a year, and then do it for every year. So once the guy just has to pay out once, giving 12,000 to this person, 12,000 to that person, 12,000 for the other person, and 15 of these people can do that just to stabilize the economy. So their pocketbooks are going to be quite big, still quite big, but it does help out with the low income, and I think that would be. And I just sort of pulled out my headset. Anyways, let's continue.
Our workers are under attack.
Prepare yourselves.
Our workers are under attack.
Yeah, I need.
They won't stand a chance.
All right, here goes nothing. Here we go.
Okay, where are you? Over
Our
here.
workers are
Okay.
under attack.
How are we doing down below? I have to come
Our
here.
workers are under attack.
Shit.
Get ready.
Child's play.
Prepare yourselves.
Okay, I'm good here. Gotta build. No, I need to get. Yeah. Okay,
Finally.
go down here. Build up this quickly.
Don't we have workers for that?
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our
Okay.
borders have expanded.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Now let's go here. Come on. Get this. 1, 2.
Iron's
Right.
running low, Chieftain. We should change that.
Okay, iron's running low. Don't worry.
We're under attack. Our capital
Longer.
is under attack.
Okay, I need
Our workers are under attack.
there.
Yes?
Easy.
Our workers are under attack.
Okay, so that's good
Our
to know.
workers are under attack.
Alright. So you have the understanding of what I mean, eh?
Leave it to me.
Focus. Focus. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Okay, what I need are... Do I have enough for a tower? Hell yeah, right there. Okay, so I need rock. Where the frig is rock here? Oh yeah, that's what I got right here. Sorry guys, forgot that you're down here. Okay, here we go.
At your command.
Let's do it up here.
Building completed.
Okay, no. Let's do it here. I need food. Did I build food? I thought I did. Farming, I did. Right there.
Good. Our cow grows stronger.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I need to repair 5 wood. Okay. Holy smokes, man. Don't have enough. Not yet, anyways. Oh, yeah, I need iron. Where did I see that iron? Right there. Don't know if available. Yeah, I could actually do that. Iron, right here. There. So, I hope you guys have the understanding of what it is or anything like that. So, make everything else go good.
Let's see.
Alright, now, let's go right here. Go right No. Bring you guys there.
Let's make this quick.
Oh shit.
Our workers are under attack.
It will be bloody.
Here we go.
Easy.
Our workers are under attack.
You read my mind.
You'll regret this.
Child's play.
Okay, gotta take out there. I don't know where they're coming from because I don't have enough.
Pathetic.
Fair enough. Let's do.
Gotcha. That's how you do it, boys.
I understand.
Alright,
Focus.
gotcha. Now, I am doing everything that I can, so let's do another one right here. So that I can cover up that. No, let's go in here, just in case.
You got it.
So once this is, I got a tower here, got a tower there, and I got a tower here. And then I'm gonna get some people too. Where should I go? Okay, let's put you. Let's put a forge right here.
Our cow grows stronger.
Yes, it does. Whew, okay.
Soon enough, boys. Soon enough.
Let's put you up here. Okay, and Da-da-dun, da-da-dun-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun-da-dun. There is some rock up there. Okay. Should be fine. Oh. Where are you guys?
At your
Right
command.
there.
We're
So there
under
are.
attack.
Should be fine.
Zaraka.
Put you down here.
We're under attack.
And now, where are you guys?
We're
Got
under
ya.
attack.
There. So you should be
Our
fine.
workers are under attack.
Not too worried. Okay, here we go.
Our workers are under attack.
Do 1, 2, 3. There.
Our workers are under attack.
Soon enough, boys. Soon enough.
Our workers are under attack.
Here we go. Got to keep these guys safe.
Our workers are under attack.
Hunt him down!
Okay, yeah.
Our workers are under attack.
Okay, I need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
Our
3.
warriors are hungry. Let's find more food.
Yeah. Food is coming up.
Our workers are under attack. Our workers are under attack.
Okay.
Just
So-
give the word.
What I want.
Our workers are under attack.
We'll be fast.
Alright, here we go. I don't know where my.
Zaraka.
So there's something I'm supposed to pick up there.
Corporal. Interesting.
There we go.
At your command.
Okay, I gotta keep those guys there. But I do need food, right? So. Okay, alright, these guys.
What else can you?
Here we go.
Zaraka.
Gotta keep that.
Corporal. Our workers are under attack.
Where are you? Right there. Where the hell is it? It's up here, right? Yeah. Got it. Take all. Okay. Next one will be here, so I need to build a tower
Our workers are under attack.
right there.
They will fall. I'll make it quick.
Our workers are under attack.
Repair. Here we go.
Well,
Whatever's necessary.
Okay, which game would you be playing next? After this one, probably the Diablo 3 that I'll be playing next. That game is quite challenging. That game is quite challenging for sure. Just because Diablo 3, you have to do a lot of sneaking and everything else like that after this game. But there are some other games that I will be streaming in the future. One of them is Evil West. It doesn't come until like November 22nd, I believe. So I'll be streaming that one. And then there's other ones that I'll be streaming as well. But yeah, Evil West is almost like between if you remember the game called Gun and what is it? God of War. Yeah, those two games for Evil West. It's a first-person shooter slash pretty much everything that I like about the game. After looking at it more carefully and everything else, except for that one game that I didn't really look at very well, Evil West is the next game that I will be playing for sure in the future. But after this game, once it's done, I will be playing Diablo 3. That will take many hours or many days to do. It was just like a sample of what's going to be coming next. So that's what I'll be doing. And there's, like I said, there will be times that I will be there's times that I will be playing PUBG and that, but it's not going to be all the time for PUBG, but it's definitely going to be something different. Yeah. For right now. Okay. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a rest here, and then I'm going to keep continuing. I'm probably going to die here. But at least I did save it, right? Little bit at a time with this game before I do anything else. But besides that, nature has called, so I'll be right back. Alright, for the ones that are watching, I hope you enjoyed this game. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe. If you don't want to do any of that, that is fine. You want to check out my other streams, you sure can. But if you like what you see, please put a like down and subscribe. I want to go back again to the point of with the rich people, like the very rich. I think not taxing them will do a really good job for the economy, especially for the growth of the economy and how fast this is going. Like for what I mentioned about $12,000 a year to that one person for the whatever. I think that'd be really good because one thing is that the amount of money that he puts in to the other people, he's still going to get his money back in a way. In a sort of way. So in that regards, he's actually helping out. So if they want to say they want to increase a certain product or something like that, well, in a way, his money is going to be right there, and his money is being recycled like this. His money is going to be recycled to him. So in a way, he's not really gaining money. He's not really losing money either. He's just basically recycling his money around. That means that he won't be able to, that person or he or she won't be able to get very much out of whatever else. And it'd be nice to say, hey, guess what? This is what I want to do. This is what I want you to have. So this is how much money you're going to get. And single people, $12,000 a year is actually pretty good. The government pays a partial of it, and the rich will pay the other partial to help out with the economy in that. And I think a lot of times people will have that, everything else coming or going or whatever to help out with the economy. The economy growth will start to respond a little bit better in sort of way. But I don't think anybody will have the understanding of if you keep on taxing the rich does not like to lose money. It doesn't. So it likes to increase that amount of money to balance of how much it lost. And I think here in Canada, if they tax them, it wouldn't be good. Here in Canada. And like I said, if there's 15 people in Canada wide that are that rich, why not let them have that ability to help out others? And then at the end, for rewards and all that stuff, they would get a reward saying this person did the amount for helping out people with that are on disability, or that these people helped out building up these buildings so that more people can stay in these places. It all depending on everything around and how it would turn out, Like you can't say, well, because of this or because of that, I don't have this or I don't have that. Like it's just makes more sense because once they pass, and if they don't have children, or if they do have children, it's going to be the second or third world generation that your money is, that the people will sell. They'll be all good, and you see them fall from grace because they're basically took out something that you built, that you yourself build up, and that your own kids, kind of put it all down. Like not necessarily your own kids, but I mean like your great grandkids or something. Like you look at places like Eaton's, it was family done and everything else like that. But if the people don't know what Eaton's is, it used to be a store like where you can get like products like dishwashers, stoves, um, clothing, appliances for the kitchen and all that stuff. So it's like appliance store or something. But anyways, if you remember Eaton's was owned in the late 1800s, and it grew so much throughout the years that the great grandkids kind of not sold it, but kind of brought it down. And it is a sad thing to say that these people, and nobody gets anything out of it, like not even themselves. So I just want to say, like Elon Musk and Bill Gates and other people that are rich should put their money into something that will help out with their economy. It doesn't matter where they live or anything like that. If if Elon Musk does, he will help out with Canada, United States, maybe even in South Africa, where he's originally from. Um, like you have different takes for different types of people out there. And when you have different types of people out there, you tend to wanting that. Rich is going to be the rich. It doesn't matter what you look at, the rich is always going to be rich. The poor will be always poor, but the poor would not be unstable. There wouldn't be an unstable economy. You will have probably a little bit less crime than you would. You probably would have a little bit less people begging for money, and you would probably have a little bit less of petty theft. Things under what is it, $1,000 or something, because of a chocolate bar or food or whatever it is. People just need to see what it is that we all need to have. And I like to say that the government here is not really helping out very much. It's just, they're political, everything. We get food on our table and everything else and shelter and all that stuff. And yet, they only see the good side. They don't really see the bad side of things. When you're in the bed, like even the jails are starting to get crowded. And the worst thing is that the jails here in Canada don't have the maximum capacity of bringing in a lot of inmates, because there's going to be a hell lot more, and the jails that are being built are only 100 more, 50 more jail cells. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough for anything. And that's why I say, why don't the rich help out with certain things? And like I said, the two things for low-income people is putting in their disability checks or whatever that they're on, put in $1,000 more for them, so that they'll be able to cohorse into being a little bit better. Second is living. Okay, help out, build up some low-income housing places. The more, and think of the jobs that would be there. There'd be such a big demand for construction jobs and that it would bring in a lot of people outside of your country to come in and build. This is long as it's in the code with the building code. That's what you need to do on a lot of things, not just not just one little thing or two little things. You need it for every little type of stuff, from the crannies to anything else like that. People will enjoy, people that are in wheelchairs that can't work in their thing because they're, what you call it, and the people that that help out, they only could do certain amount because they're not getting very much pay as it is, and that's the thing. It's how can a person like yourself be anything that is different or not different? I like to be something in the future. I like to say, hey, guess what? I wouldn't mind if you would do this. Let's talk about a plan to help out with certain things. Even though as the economy grows, you're gonna get people that are gonna just wanting to be out in the streets, and the only thing is to help out with that is things that they did had here, where people like the street people get help and everything else. The only difference is kind of push it outside the city limits, just outside the city limits, in that, and have a big place, like a big indoor, but as well have a thing outside. And if they don't like being inside and they like to camp outside, that'd be something different. Institutions, like better institutions instead of like the institutions that they had back in those days. Like I think the last institution was, I think in the 80s. I think, in the late 80s was the last institution for adults and young children, people that are mentally incapable of doing a lot of stuff for themselves. And as well, there will be people there and to check up and everything else, so that these people can actually have a better um, a better life to go around. They might not like it because they're always like, what you call it, there's too many people doing this and doing that. It's not like we all could do anything about it. It's just it makes it more sense to have something that they can go to, almost like a safe haven for them, a safe haven for them, so that they will live. Because most of these people that are broken and everything else, you don't really see the inside. Like they're trying their best, but like I see a lot of times people in the winter time or in the summertime, they go to prison for 6 months to stay out of the cold. They have room and shelter in the prisons. They got food, 3 meals a day, and these people that are like that will do that, and they will do it every fall once it gets snow, and then they're out like in April or May for 6 months, and then again they're back in the system, where that that way those people are really really um, it's torture. That's all I can say. It's torture. They're living out in the streets. They got nowhere to go, no room or shelter. Even though there is room and shelter for them, um, some of them just have their mind set to being outside, and that's what they are. They think that they are, but they're not in a safe haven. And I think safe havens for those type of people would be actually quite good. Outside the city limits, like just outside, it will take like quite a bit, and there'd be like a big gate or something all the way around the premises. they're not really locked in. They're not really uh, free, but they are free from like torture or anything like that, and making sure that everybody's okay because their mental set is, like I said, their mental set is might be not as good as it would be when they're younger or something, you know. Like I just wish it was a little bit different with everybody, especially with them. There's no there's not really much hope that you can do. And I think they've given up on their livelihood in that because they don't see themselves as anything except for what the general public looks at them. And it's sad to see that. And that's why these other, like these different institutions that will be correctly and everything else, like sometimes a person just needs to have to relax and everything else, mindset and everything. Things are changing, other things are happening. Who knows what's going to happen in the near future? And it is sad to say there's just like no luck in this way. And how can you do anything when you can't really do very much of anything? So it is something to look at, it's just something to really look at in the way that, hey, I got this and I got that. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? I don't think it would work. Even what I say, I don't think anything would work. But what would work is the rich actually helping out with everybody for low-income housing and helping out people that are on disability package, and that just to help out a little bit. That the government pays out, say like 10, and these guys can pay out like 15%. So people that can actually live in not too badly will have like at least close to the like maybe 2,500 for a single person. 2,500 would go all the way. It would help out with a lot of stuff. It would not help them like carrying like a vehicle or anything like that. But 12,000 or even a little bit more than that wouldn't hurt a person. Like 1,500 for two people, that's like 3,000 right there, and so forth and that. I'd just like to see the public actually doing something really good. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Time remaining 1 minute and 3 seconds. Okay. Transmute your receive at the village altar the remaining time of that module card. So I don't know what else I'm gonna do here. Despite talking about what I've said today, it gives you guys something that what's really on my mind and all that stuff with everything. And it is very worrisome because what's next for this overgrowing thing is, well, particularly war. War is the only thing, and what's going to happen is war will happen on this soil. And that is a scary thought, and that might actually happen. War on this soil to reduce a lot of tension and everything else that's happening here. That's what's going to happen mainly is that this once war breaks out in places like here in North America and other places in Europe too, war is the only thing to reduce the amount of population. So right now it's almost what 8 billion people or 9 billion people. Pretty soon, the amount of everything, you're going to have too much people. So the only way is to reduce the amount of people is by doing a war. And look how much people are in Ukraine and Russia that are bringing out. They're reducing the population right there. Um, Other places like United States, Canada, Mexico will probably get their things reduced as well. If people are coming here, just it's a matter of time before something happens here, and people want to scatter elsewhere because they're being whatever else, and that's what's going to happen. And like I said, here in Canada, I'm seeing a trend that we're going to be a second world country because there's just going to be too much diversity. Like there's going to be like a lot of poor people out in the streets than there is anything else, and people that are on disability are going to be the first ones out on the streets, no matter what, or they're going to be starving or whatever else, and there wouldn't be any uproar because of so much internal fighting because of minority groups, and they don't see people that are on disability that are suffering the most because they don't really care for people like that. They only care for each other, their own selves, and that's the thing. Everybody's got to care for everybody, including the people that have a disability of some sort or a health problem or something like that. It's going backwards. Our economy is going backwards. It's almost like everybody's going for this new thing, which is called eliminating people with mental problems and bringing in smart people. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically eliminating people with disabilities or eliminating people that have mental problems, eliminating people that are, but having a grateful thing like a mid class people and a high class people to live their life luxury and happy and everything, take out everything else off the streets and it's just never going to happen in the way that I wish it would, but that's how everything I see. This is what I see. But anyways, for the ones that are watching or the ones that are going to watch this stream, thank you for joining. I hope you have the understanding of what I'm saying to you. I like to keep going and keep streaming, but I know that everything is just not going to work out good, um, for all of us. But there might be some of us that are working okay, but don't see anything in the real world. But anyways, if you like this stream, please leave a like and subscribe. If you don't want to do any of that, that is fine. Want to check out my other streams, you sure can. But if you like what you see, please put a like down and subscribe. And I will catch you all tomorrow around 9 a.m. Eastern Time or around 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Roughly in between there, somewhere like that. So, I catch you all later. And have a great day. Wherever you are, wherever you live, have a great morning, great afternoon, or great evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. or around 11 a.m. Eastern Time. As you can see, I am fighting in this game, but I am doing as much as I can as we go. And that's it. Alright, y'all. I'll catch you tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the notification bell button so you know when I'm on. And that's about it. All right, y'all. I will catch you tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful Tuesday morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will see you guys later. Bye for now.